What's up, y'all? Trey's Travels with another video. So, the big question that everybody, well, okay, not everybody's asking me this because no one gives a fuck. Let's keep it real. Only some people ask me. I'm over here in front like, yeah, everybody wants to know. No one gives a fuck about me. Anyway, so why did I move to China? Like, what brought me to China? Like, why am I here with that? Why? That's the question, you know. So anyway, let's rewind back to 2016, the greatest year ever. Okay, I ain't gonna say it was the greatest year ever, but it was one of the best years ever. 2016 was a fucking lit year. That year was so good. I mean, 2016, that should be a movie. Should be its own movie. Like, we can all agree. 2016, that was a good year, man. That was such a good year. All right, shut the fuck up about 2016. Get to the fucking story, Trey. All right, so that was, you know, the year I did everything, you know. So I became a wrestler, did my first stage play, my movie came out, you know, had like 3 cars that year, you know, did a lot, and even graduated college, you know. I did a lot that year. It was a good year. So anyway, let's go toward close to graduation. So around summer 16, fall 16, I had already stopped wrestling. I took a long hiatus from professional wrestling. I'm a professional wrestler. For those that don't know, for those that do know, you can check out my earlier videos and see my wrestling stuff. But I took a hiatus from it. Wasn't really sure what I was going to do. And I wanted to focus mainly more on acting. I wanted to put my focus on that. And I majored in sociology with a concentration in criminology. Close to graduation, you know, I would go to job fairs and I would have people ask me, you know, hey, what are you going to do after college? And I would just be like, I'm focused on my acting career, you know, I'm going to focus on acting. Because, you know, being in Atlanta's like the new hub for acting. So, you know, all your favorite Marvel movies come out in Atlanta, everything's made there. So I wanted to focus there for the acting. So anyway, I graduate. It took me 6 years to graduate college, but I finally graduated. And after graduation, I mean, I had fun, like just partying and just hanging out with the friends and going out, you know, at graduation party. I just hung out all the fucking time, like got drunk, you know, hung out, Dave & Buster's, house parties in my crib, going to Twin Peaks. We just hanging out, having fun, you know what I'm saying? Then reality hit. So January 2017, everybody is either gone back to school, who are still in school, or they are going back to their careers or with their significant others, or, you know, whatever. And that's when that post-graduation depression hit. Because I had a couple homies that went through that post-graduation depression, but then I finally went through it, and I mean, it was just rough. I was just so down. I was very lost. I was 24 at the time. I was lost, didn't know what to fucking do. You know, I mean, I still had my part-time jobs, or whatever, but I was just so lost and confused, had no idea what the hell to do with my life now. And I was auditioning for acting roles, and I was not getting any roles, you know, so I couldn't get any fucking roles at all. I was like, what the hell, man? You know, and I'm a damn good actor, you know, and I couldn't get any roles. So I started to put focus on finding a real job. You know, I got a bachelor's in sociology, concentration in criminology. I couldn't get shit in Atlanta. No jobs in Atlanta will hire me for whatever reason. There's this big myth about Atlanta being like this hub for like black people. You can make it. Well, I'm a single black man that was in Atlanta. I couldn't get shit there. Like, I couldn't get shit there at all. The place provided me with no opportunities at all. Still to this day, when I was home last year, no opportunities. But it's supposed to be the Mecca, right? So anyway, after no luck in Atlanta, I just said, you know what? I'm gonna try something else. So I applied to this job in DC, this fitness manager job, and they called me, and you know, they wanted me to come for an interview, but they wanted me to come on that like same week. That was kind of just too last minute. So like, I mean, DC, that is an option because that's where my family's from. My family's from DC. DC is my second home. So Washington D.C. That's the second home. By the way, speaking of Washington D.C., the Redskins beat them Giants, and yes, the Giants gave up the game. They gave it away, but who cares? The Redskins won. I'm sorry, Washington football team. There we go. So anyway, I wanted to. I was going to go, but I couldn't get that 10-hour drive at the last minute, and my car had broke down, and I had a bad migraine, so I just couldn't. I couldn't get to it, and I'm just trying to figure out, do they know I live in Atlanta? I mean, my resume clearly says it. So then I applied to some shit, and in Miami called me back. They wanted me to come the next day, but ain't no way I'm gonna go from Atlanta to Miami. That's a 10-hour drive, 10-hour drive from Atlanta to DC, 10-hour drive from Atlanta to Miami. That's a 10-hour drive. Then I got some call for something in Ohio, but I didn't want to go to Ohio, man. Like, and ain't no disrespect to nobody in Ohio, but I ain't trying to go out there. So it's crazy. I'm getting everything from other places but my own city. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I'm here in Georgia. Y'all don't want to get me nothing, but these other places want to get me somewhere. Unbelievable. So I was on LinkedIn and I saw some job in China. So like I just applied, quick apply, because LinkedIn, you can do the quick apply. And then within a few days later, they called me back. I was like, oh shit. And then they wanted me to have an interview. And I had an interview via Skype. And then a few days later, they said they want to hire me. I was like, whoa, how you want to hire me? And then they said I had like a week to make a decision if I want to go. And what had prevented me from originally making the decision immediately was the salary. The salary that they gave me was low. Come to find out, me being in China for so long, that's a low salary. Even in China, they pay us. They pay you more in China. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't think people know this. They pay pretty well in China. But the salary they gave me was low. I thought, it would be relevant because the cost of living in China is lower. But if someone called me and be like, yo, China gave me this offer, I tell them to go fuck themselves. But anyway, I spent like a week saying, I spent like 5 days saying, I'm not going. I just said I'm not going because of the salary. And then on my 6th day, I just said, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna go. Then on the 7th day, I said I'm gonna go. Mainly it was just like, I'm 24. I don't have much responsibilities. I just graduated. Let me just go and give this a try. And you best believe I have people tell me, you don't need to go. You need to stay here. You don't need to be out there. You need to stay your black ass here and blah, 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 blah. You always gonna have that. For those that, want to move somewhere, especially abroad, you're gonna have people that have never left their state that's gonna tell you a bunch of bullshit. How you don't need to go this place, how this place is dangerous. Meanwhile, somebody down the block got shot. Oh, but you need to stay there though, right? So anyway, so I made my decision, signed a contract, so I'm going to China, and I started the visa process. And I told, family, friends, whatever. Obviously my closest family, they were originally against it, but they were supportive. And then my closest friends, obviously they didn't want me to go because, like I said, they're my closest friends, but still at the end of the day, I wasn't doing shit in Georgia. I wasn't doing shit. And it was just nothing for me there. It was just time to move. I wanted to get the hell up out of there. So, and then I told some people, they didn't even believe me. I was like, okay, like, I'm not lying. Like, why is it hard to believe that this nigga right here is fucking moving to another country, to another continent? But I ended up spending, like 4 months preparing the visa process, and on top of that, I had a house in Woodstock, Georgia. It's about 30 miles from the city of Atlanta, because I went to Kennesaw State. Sold all my furniture, everything, and ended up moving back with my grandfather. Stayed with, he wasn't at the house during that time. He was living somewhere else, but his old house, I was staying there at the time, so just me there. So I moved back with them, and still work my jobs, stack money, or whatever, and did that until it was time to go. So yeah, that's how I got there. You know, so that's why I moved. It was unbelievable. So I'm gonna do a 3-part series of this about why did I move. So this was like how and why did I move, and part 2 I'm going to tell you what happened when I arrived. It involved a girl, what she did to me. I'm gonna tell that story as well. That's gonna be for part 2. I'm gonna tell the story about how this girl hurt me, did me dirty. And in part 3, I'm gonna tell you how the job that I was working for, how they did me dirty. And I'm gonna tell you how they did me dirty as well. So yeah, stay tuned for part 2. But before you go, follow me on Instagram at T_Williams3222. Check out my travel vlog. Wait a minute, I'm sorry. Check out my other YouTube channel, Comic Book Sports. You know, if you're interested in boxing, MMA, you know, Marvel related stuff, you know, DC, video games, whatever, I talk about that. So y'all check that out. And I got a book on Amazon, Surviving China as an Expat. I give you tips on how to survive there. So yeah, all right, I'm out.